Good sayings of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs' famous quotes not only reflect his creative thoughts, but also help us gain a clearer view of leadership, success, and the value of life. 1. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. 2. My favorite things in life don't cost any money. It's really clear that the most precious resource we all have is time. 3. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. 4. We don't get a chance to do that many things, and everyone should be really excellent. Because this is our life. Life is brief, and then you die, you know? And we've all chosen to do this with our lives. So it better be damn good. It better be worth it. 5. Quality is much better than quantity. 1 home run is much better than 2 doubles. 6. We are inventing the future, Jobs told a job applicant. Think about surfing on the front edge of a wave. It's really exhilarating. Now think about dog paddling at the tail end of that wave. It wouldn't be anywhere near as much fun. Come down here and make a dent in the universe. 7. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. 8. Even if we lose our money, we'll have a company. For once in our lives, we'll have a company. 9. You think, well, focusing is saying yes. No, focusing is about saying no. Focusing is about saying no. And you've got to say no, no, no. When you say no, you piss off people. 10. Picasso had a saying, good artists copy, great artists steal, and we have always been shameless about stealing great ideas. 11. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart. 12. Things don't have to change the world to be important. 13. Technology is nothing. What's important is that you have faith in people, that they're basically good and smart, and if you give them tools, they'll do wonderful things with them. 14. No one wants to die. Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die to get there. And yet death is the destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it. And that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life. 15. I always thought of myself as a humanities person as a kid, but I liked electronics. Then I read something that one of my heroes, Edwin Land of Polaroid, said about the importance of people who could stand at the intersection of humanities and sciences. And I decided that's what I wanted to do. 16. When you first start off trying to solve a problem, the first solutions you come up with are very complex, and most people stop there. But if you keep going, and live with the problem and peel more layers of the onion off, you can oftentimes arrive at some very elegant and simple solutions. Most people just don't put in the time or energy to get there. 17. Sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly, and get on with improving your other innovations. 18. That's been one of my mantras, focus and simplicity. Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple. 19. The greatest thing is when you do put your heart and soul into something over an extended period of time, and it is worth it. 20. Be a yardstick of quality. Some people aren't used to an environment where excellence is expected. 21. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. 22. I don't really care about being right. I just care about success. You'll find a lot of people that will tell you I had a very strong opinion, and they presented evidence to the contrary, and 5 minutes later I changed my mind. I don't mind being wrong, and I'll admit that I'm wrong a lot. It doesn't really matter to me too much. What matters to me is that we do the right thing. 23. Details matter, it's worth waiting to get it right. 24. Creativity is just connecting things. When you ask creative people how they did something, they feel a little guilty because they didn't really do it, they just saw something. It seemed obvious to them after a while. 25. I'm as proud of many of the things we haven't done as the things we have done. Innovation is saying no to 1,000 things. 26. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life and no idea how college was going to help me figure it out, and here I was spending all of the money my parents had saved their entire life. So I decided to drop out and trust that it would all work out okay. It was pretty scary at the time, but looking back it was one of the best decisions I ever made. 27. Design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works. 28. When I was 17, I read a quote that went something like, "If you live each day as if it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right." It made an impression on me, and since then, for the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. 29. Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. 30. If you just sit and observe, you will see how restless your mind is. If you try to calm it, it only makes it worse, but over time it does calm, and when it does, there's room to hear more subtle things. That's when your intuition starts to blossom and you start to see things more clearly and be in the present more. Your mind just slows down, and you see a tremendous expanse in the moment. You see so much more than you could see before. It's a discipline, you have to practice it. In life, there are people who have left a deep mark in our hearts, and Steve Jobs is one of them. Steve Jobs' famous quotes are not simply words of encouragement, but also rays of light and inspiration for us to rise, change and create great things.